Hello, welcome back fellow YouTubers, another video. And it's not really about sim racing, but it's about this guy here, a 3D printer. I got this guy about a year and a half ago, my absolutely first 3D printer. You all get these printers that print on paper, but this is a whole other story, this one. It's my first one. I didn't know shit about 3D printers. Didn't know how they worked, how to work with them, what filament they call this you use. Didn't know shit about them. But I do now. I want to share my opinions and share my knowledge that I had over a year working with this with you guys. And why is that? Because I think you can use your 3D printer for because most of you are sim racers and have race sims and steering wheels and stuff like that. And I think you can use this guy here, or other brands. This is an Anycubic i3 Mega. You can use any printer you want really, but I think you can use them in your sim racing rig or wherever you're doing sim racing, because they're bloody practical. One thing I did with them was these, making race circuits in 3D. They're in hard plastic. Well, they're in filament. It's called, you can either print in ABS. This is now PLA. PLA is the mostly used. This is PLA, by the way. And it's very sturdy. It's hard. It's a bit flexible as well, but you see, that's PLA. So you can make tons of stuff with these printers. I actually bought this one a year and a half ago because if you watch my videos, you've seen I bought the lenses to replace the Fresnel lenses in my HTC Vive. And I was going to print the lens holders myself, but then the lenses came into the mail and apparently the holders were already in there and printed for me, so easy peasy. So this machine then spent 8 months in a box standing in the corner of my what you call it, my gadget room, and it stood there standing doing nothing, and my wife complained about it. You're buying stuff and you're not using them. And right she was. So what I did is unpack it, and I started looking up in the internet how this thing works, how to use it. And it's, in the beginning it looks all a bit, what the fuck is this? But actually there's a whole community out there, and there are YouTubers, Makers Muse is like one of them. Check out his channel. And there are loads of other guys that make 3D printing easy peasy now. I mean mainstream. And I can't do it without this guy anymore. This is why I think I bought this for €399, 400 euro, and it's done a good job so far. So I'll show you what I've printed with it and what I'm doing with this thing for my sim rig and what you can do with it. So let's get started. So this is me busy with my project. Well, not me, I'm not doing anything. The 3D printer is, however. He's putting the first layers of, I won't tell you, maybe you'll see. Which circuit could that be? Tell me in the comments if you know. The one he's printing right now. Layer by layer. Easy to spot that circuit. It's an easy one. I have to be honest, I printed these already and I don't know them all by heart. Maybe 6 out of 10 I knew what circuit it was, but the rest I didn't, because you can put them like this and then it gets difficult, doesn't it? Or like that. Ooh. I think it should be like that. Not 100% sure. All the rest are correct, I think. Hungaroring, Melbourne, those I knew. The one looking like a gun is Singapore. This one, let me think, Yas Marina, I think. Yeah. Abu Dhabi, yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong. So I'll make it in Cura, download it from the internet, check everything in Cura, and then send it out to the 3D printer. And off we go with my 3D printing project. So we've been busy printing for a few hours. It's about an hour and 10-15 minutes for each circuit to print. Meanwhile, I'm printing something different, which is a holder for my Fanatec wheels. It's a mount, a wall mount. That's printing right now. It's gonna take like a long time, I think. It's only been 28 minutes. And it's gonna take, it's only 18%, so it's gonna be for 2 hours, I think. There we go. The wall mount is finished. Took about 2 hours and a bit. It's still attached to the bed. They call this a bed. Can't sleep on it, but let's try to take it off. Kind of break it, but I can assure you it's bloody hard to get that off. You need something like this and attack it. There we go. So this is it. That's the part. But you need to get rid of the middle here. And the reason why that is, otherwise it will fall in. So it's like scaffolding. I call it scaffolding. They call it infill. I think scaffolding is like more the word for it. So I have to clean this all up. Once it's cleaned up, like this needs to go as well. The bottom bit, top bit here. And then it's just a bit of cleanup and you can hang it on the wall. Easy peasy. Another print for sim racing stuff. So once you've cleaned up the piece, it looks like that. You have the hole in it, the hole on the other side. That's the cleaned up version. This is all the crap that came out of it. And now you can mount it on the wall like this and put your steering wheel on it. Homemade wall mount. So guys, I got myself some plyboard, which is coated on one side in white stuff. I have no idea what they call it. So I made a frame out of it with this type of piece of plastic. Put that on the side, cut the edges, and hey presto, you've got this, a board. And I can put my 3D printed circuits on there. I'm going to stick them on. I'm not sure if I'm going to label them like the circuits, but I'll see what I can do with it.
So let's have a look online where you get all your stuff from to send to your 3D printer. And it's for noobs like us pretty easy, really. You have a few websites where you can go to, and one of them is like My Mini Factory. Another one is it's called Thingiverse. And let's have a look at Thingiverse. So you just log in, it's all free, and you type in something you want to look up. Like in this case, I put in Trustmaster. You press enter, and there we go. It goes looking for everything associated with Trustmaster, and it works pretty well. Here you got some things other people made and put online for you for free, actually. Um, you name it, it's there. And if you're a bit technical, you can print it all out yourself. Look at this one. This is like a skull uh, for your shifter, Mad Max Fury. Nice one. You got holders, you got mods, you got Trustmaster wheel screw, so to put other wheel rims on your Trustmaster, I think. Quick releases, paddle shifters, you name it. I mean, somebody's printed it out already. Uh, and you can use it. Add-ons for your screen, knobs, buttons. It's a crazy world out there. So you can download it and send it to your printer. And look at all the stuff here. It's sick what you got. This is just by putting it Trustmaster, by the way. So it is crazy. And once you like something, you click on it and you can download the files. And I'll show that to you here as well. So I got my collection here. You click on it and you can put it on your own collection. In this case, I got my sim racing stuff. If I click on that, double click, yeah. These are some things I collected that I'm already printing out or planning on printing out. You got logos like Aston Martin, Porsche, Ferrari, you name it. If you want to have a TH8RS button add-on, this is it. You can have a look at it. All the information is there, how you have to print it out. You can download the files, do it here, download your files, and that's it really. And there's a community out there that eventually tells you how good it is if you're not sure before you print it out. And let's see if this works, because I can't, apparently there's performance issues updates. Oh well, it's working. Have a look at this McLaren 650S GT3. Isn't that beautiful? This is 3D printed. So you got the whole back and front you can print out, then the handles one by one, the sides, and some add-ons to put inside, I think. Yeah, shifter paddles, a knob to attach it to whatever you're going to attach it to. And you got yourself a McLaren wheel. Look at this. This guy knows how it goes. This is neatly done. Honestly, good job. All 3D printed. So you download the files, send them to your printer. Well, actually, you don't send them to your printer. What you do is you send them to Cura. It all depends on what printer you have. So let's have a look at my collection. If the guys at Thingiverse want to cooperate, yes, there you go. Let's say we want to print out this Aston Martin logo, and here you got my sim race tracks, by the way. I didn't get them from this guy eventually, but he's got some nice ones. So let's go to the Aston Martin logo. There we go. We click on download the files. We don't want to click on that. Here we go. We put it over there. It's a zip file. Open it up. No, we don't want anything like that. You open it up and then you extract to the same place. That should be done. And then you start a program called Ultimator Cura. This is one of the programs. There are about 6 or 7 type of programs out there. They're all free. This is Cura. There we go. And what does this do? Well, it slices it up, whatever you download it, into hundreds and hundreds of lines for your printer to recognize and print out. So we'll go to my PC, downloads, Aston Martin logo. There we go. You click on that and it should be over here. Now what you can do is adapt the size, because this is like huge. Let's scale it. There we go. To the size of the print bed. Oh, that's too. Voila. We scaled it. Now we can move it around. Voila. And now you can turn that and have a look. You can see your print bed, and this is how the logo will look like. But the best thing you can do now is turn it on its side, flat, otherwise it won't print that well. So we'll take that. And put it flat on the print plate. It should be laid flat. Voila, there we go. Wrong button. So now it's flat on the print bed. And move it a bit to the middle. There we go. And now it can print the Aston Martin logo. You do slice here on your right hand side. It's slicing. There you go. It says it's going to use about 6 grams of PLA of filament, or whatever type of filament you're using, and it's going to take about 48 minutes to an hour. It all depends. You can do preview even of how it's going to be sliced. There's not much to see because it's tiny. And this is how the print head would work and start printing. It's like a small movie, you can watch that. Then you press save to removable drive, which you put in your, it's a USB or an SD card, it all depends on what your printer uses. It's saved that to the card, you put the card in your printer and off you go. You just press print, that's it. Is it more difficult than that? Actually it is. You can make it as difficult as you want. There are extra settings here. Look at all these. You can change all these settings. Extrusion, travel, printing temperature, build plate temperature, you name it. But all this information here should already be in this file. So technically you shouldn't have to touch anything. It's only when you make stuff yourself you're gonna have to adjust all these settings. So off it goes, it prints, and that's all you have to do, guys. 3D printing in Simracing. It is really awesome.
So this is the wall mount. Got my other steering wheel on the wall already. Just mount it with a screw, and you can fit your rim on there. Normally have to do it with 2 hands. Yeah, there we go. Works with 1 hand as well. Another thing I printed, I don't know if you can see that, is on this here. And that's the black thing you see on my HTC Vive Pro headset. And these are 3D printed sound enhancers for your headset. And believe me, they really work. They enhance the sound by pressing it to your ear, and the effect is amazing. Also 3D printed. Not bad. So this is the end result of some of my 3D prints. We got the racetracks hanging on the wall here. Probably going to go put some LEDs around it. And here we got the steering wheels. Nicely mounted next to my seat. They click on and off the wall with my 3D printed holders. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video about 3D printing and sim racing, and I hope you decide maybe to buy a 3D printer and start printing your own tracks or your own pedals, shifters, you name it. Probably a whole seat. Why not? See you next time, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.